Good morning, Alberton family and friends. Hopefully you're doing well. This is your thought for this morning. So one of the things I was thinking about, my background being civil engineering and construction, I got to thinking about how a beam or a structure fails. And without going too deep into the weeds on this, basically in any given thing, there's two kinds of forces going on. There's compression forces and tension forces. And many times part of a beam will be under failure mode while another one is really feeling very little stress. That's why things like I-beams even exist, is because we're very aware of which part of these beams are feeling the most pressure. And I got thinking about how this is going for a lot of people. Some people may be seeing their work completely done away with, and so they're sitting at home and they're worried about where the next paycheck and money is coming from, while others, their work situation may be doubled. They may be working extra. They may be working harder. Some people, their house maybe has never been cleaner than it is right now. But for others, maybe it's total chaos because you're just not used to this new way that we're having to do things. And it got me to thinking about the church body and how we're all experiencing this together. Much like these buildings where certain parts are under stress while other parts feel none of that load at all, there may be some of us that are really feeling the load and the pressure of what we're having to go through. Whereas there may be others that are really enjoying this time with their family and with the different change of pace that they have going on. My encouragement for this morning is just to be aware of that. Be aware that your situation may not be the situation that everybody else is going through. When I think about the metaphor that I'm comfortable with, the Bible actually gives us a different one. It's the one of a body. And when I think about the body, we can have injuries in certain parts of the body. And it's like my dad always used to do to me, is I'd come in complaining about one thing and he'd say, "Hey, would you want to quit thinking about that?" And basically he would offer to smack me somewhere else so I wouldn't think about the pain. But it's that idea that there may be parts of our body that's just really struggling right now, that's really having a hard time with this new normal. And so I want us to be aware of that. I want us to be thinking. And I want to share 1 Corinthians 12. If you know the body metaphor from the Bible, this is a very common passage. But 1 Corinthians 12, starting in 12, says, "For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. For in one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and all were made to drink of one Spirit. For the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot should say, 'Because I'm not a hand, I don't belong to the body,' that would not make it any less part of the body. And if the ear should say, 'Because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body,' that would not make it any less part of the body either. If the whole body were an eye, where would be the sense of hearing? If the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, yet one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, 'I have no need of you,' nor again the head to the feet, 'I have no need of you.' On the contrary, the parts of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable. And on those parts of the body that we think are less honorable, we bestow greater honor, and unpresentable parts are treated with greater modesty, which our more presentable parts do not require. But God has so composed the body, giving greater honor to the part that lacked it, that there may be no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. If one member suffers, all suffer together. If one member is honored, all rejoice together. Now you are the body of Christ, and individually members of it." I know right now most of us are very aware of what our medical people are going through and what different professions are having to do, almost working overtime to deal with this crisis that we're going through. My challenge for us is to remember that, and to remember that when these other people are suffering, that we are to reach out and to fulfill the law of Christ by bearing one of those burdens. It's going to be difficult because we're not going to have that regular time to get together, but it's very much worth the effort to make sure that all of the body is being nourished and uplifted and feels like a part of the body of Christ that we really are. Hopefully that's something that we can remember through this time. Hopefully that passage gives you some encouragement. Don't forget that if you need anything, please reach out to us. We very much look forward to the day when all of this is done and we can be back together, and we look forward to seeing everybody at that time. Don't forget to invite your friends. to know about Christ. What better time than this to show them the hope that you have through Christ? Also, share these videos with them. Maybe that will be some encouragement to them as well. If you'd like to know every time one of these videos come out, subscribe to the Alvaton page on YouTube or follow Alvaton on Facebook, and you'll see every time one of these videos comes out. I look forward to seeing you again. May everybody be blessed.